Let's try to get a count of all the animals that we have and try to make identifications where we can.
All the animals going off-site, I'll need to collect their medical exam forms to send with the animal.
As they go into the truck, I need to be keeping a count of how many dogs, how many cats, how many whatever we have. So if y'all could just make sure that I see you before you load them on.
On a clear spring day, dozens of volunteers from across Florida have gathered at a Tallahassee animal shelter to prepare for a disaster. A wide variety of organizations have converged on the facility to move its animal population to a safe area in nearby Wakulla County. This is only a training exercise, but everyone is working as if lives depended on it. Each group has specific responsibilities that ensure everything runs like clockwork. Within a matter of hours, the companion animals arrive safely at their destination, out of harm's way. The bright skies and cheerful faces are in stark contrast to the events of 2004 that led to this day's exercise. The state of Florida has an emergency response plan in place to deal with everything from transportation and communication to animals and agriculture. When a disaster strikes, those responsible for the emergency support functions, or ESFs, set their plans in action and coordinate the relief efforts. During these same emergencies, a number of volunteer groups also respond. While they genuinely try to help, their areas of expertise often overlap. Their work would be duplicated, and any available resources would be stretched too thin. As a result, their efforts would ultimately be ineffective. To prevent this duplication of efforts when dealing with animals and agriculture in emergencies, the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services, the lead agency for ESF 17, teamed up with the University of Florida's Institute of Food and Agricultural Sciences, UF's College of Veterinary Medicine, and the USDA's Farm Service Agency to develop a new approach to disaster relief. Together, they formed a coordinated multi-agency group with the range of resources and talent to quickly and effectively respond to any animal or ag emergency. What they created was the Florida State Agricultural Response Team, better known as SART. When an emergency strikes, it's a local matter first. But when resources are exhausted, or if the situation is beyond the experience of the local emergency management operations, all it takes is a call from the animal or ag emergency management leader, and SART moves into action. From the beginning, SART established close ties with all of Florida's county extension services, working with them to see how SART could best help the community in a time of disaster. Located in every county in the state, the Extension Agency has a strong presence in the community, and often the county extension agent serves as the county's emergency management leader and ESF 17 coordinator. The County Cooperative Extension Agency is also a part of UF's IFAS, which itself is a wealth of resources. Its faculty has experts in agroterrorism, biosecurity, plant and animal pests and diseases, radiation, exotic and invasive pests, and food safety. It can provide facilities and staffing and assist with communications, damage assessments, and coordination of emergency animal sheltering. Partners like IFAS are vital to SART. Whether governmental or non-governmental, each partnership brings with it special talents and expertise that gives the coalition strength. One such non-governmental partnership is the Veterinary Emergency Treatment Service, or VETS team.
All right, what do we have, a male or female?
Assembled with the help of the Florida Veterinary Medical Association, the VETS team has been a leader in conducting and coordinating multi-agency exercises and workshops around the state. During times of emergency, the VETS team can provide a veterinary field hospital that supports up to 17 team members in portable tents, equipped with generators and surgical lights. It can also deploy a large animal technical rescue team, as well as provide companion and livestock animal evacuation and transportation. Funded largely by grants and donations to the university, Florida's VETS team is one of the largest non-federal response teams in the country. The Florida Veterinary Medical Association also helped assemble the Florida Vet Corps, a statewide ready reserve of private veterinarians and technicians who provide assistance to their communities and the state during a disaster.
There are maps. I printed out some Google Map directions on there for folks that are out of town or aren't familiar with the
Bringing
site.
volunteers together into one group ensures a more effective response in a disaster. To get the right people for any situation, SART helped develop the Florida State Animal Response Coalition, or Florida SARC. This not-for-profit group maintains a database with volunteer information such as their schedule availability, preferred jobs when responding, and completed trainings and requirements. Volunteer coordinators can instantly access that information to alert volunteers for disaster response. The SART concept also allows for its partners to bring multiple resources together at both the state and federal levels. During times of severe disaster, like the summer of 2004, Florida's resources may fall short. In the wake of such overwhelming damage, the federal government can help the state in its response. No matter how complex the incident, SART can turn to partners like the USDA's Farm Service Agency and the Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service for the necessary assistance.
Behaviors can change in a flash of a second, what those triggers are varies from animal to animal. It could be
SART started with the goal of enhancing animal and ag disaster response through training and coordinating resources. To fulfill that goal, SART and its partners developed state-certified training classes that provide the basics for the certified responder training requirements. It also developed an information communication system that includes a website, web-based courses, self-study classes, and information on classroom education modules. An online monthly newsletter, the SART Sentinel, also informs SART members about upcoming training classes, exercises, and events in animal and ag disaster response. In addition to the classroom and self-study training, SART coordinates regional exercises throughout Florida each year. Full-scale exercises play a critical role in preparing for an actual disaster response, whether SART acts as lead or as response support. Trained volunteers are vital to SART's success. But having the right tools for the job is just as important. To carry out its objectives, SART purchased the MARE, or Mobile Animal Response Equipment. MARE features 16-foot livestock trailers that carry enough supplies, from crates to bowls and food, to set up a temporary shelter for up to 150 companion animals. Other MARE equipment includes sleeping trailers and portable showers for the personnel, livestock carriers, and portable water haulers. 7 MARE units are stationed throughout the state and are available to local authorities as they're needed. Designed to be deployable to any impacted region, MARE has allowed SART to become an all-hazard, fully self-contained response team.
Doctors, this is the last dog for this group.
From its bare bones beginning, SART has quickly moved to the national forefront of agricultural emergency preparedness. Its success is due to strong partnerships, the ability to organize effectively, and procedures that are constantly evolving. SART is laying the groundwork for national standards in training for response to natural disasters, animal disease, and terrorism. These uniform standards will give volunteers the skills they'll need to help in a disaster, whether it strikes in their home state or across the country. On this spring afternoon, though, Preparing for a local disaster is on the minds of these SART volunteers. And while this is only a practice drill, today they are working as if lives depended on it, because one day they will.